wait no more, he strolled majestically out of his compound and headed for the market square. By the time Ajapa arrived at the agreed spot by the iroko tree, the sun was already high in the sky. The birds were relieved to see him. One of the birds said,
"Welcome, Ajapa. Now that you've finally arrived, we had better start our journey quickly. Otherwise, we'll be late for heaven."
Late? We can never be late for heaven. There's no time in heaven. Heaven can wait.
Alright then, what are we waiting for?
The birds chorused.
Well, birds, you may not have noticed, but we tortoises do not fly because we don't have wings. Each of you will have to give me a feather to make wings to tie around my arms.
Ajapa stated, as he gazed at the birds with his hands on his hips. So each bird took off a feather from his wing and gave it to Ajapa. They helped to tie the feathers around his arms. Ajapa looked beautiful with his wings of different colors. He now had wings like all the birds. He flapped his arms up and down a few times, and when he was confident that they would lift him off the ground, he signaled to the birds to start the journey to heaven. So off they flew, straight up into the sky, up, up and away through the clouds. As they flew higher, the earth got smaller and smaller. Before they knew it, they were in heaven, approaching heaven's gates. Suddenly, they realized that the path to heaven was quite straightforward, and they could have made it easily on their own, without a guide. Heaven's gates were so beautiful and glittered with all sorts of fantastic gems. The streets were paved with gold. Before the birds could fly through the open gates, Ajapa stopped them.
Wait! Aren't you forgetting something?
He asked.
Like what?
They replied, irritated, wondering what the problem was.
Your names.
Our names?
They all asked together.
Yes. When you attend a feast, it is polite for you to announce a party name to your host before you approach the table.
Ajapa said mischievously. He had a trick up his sleeve.
Alright then.
A big bird said impatiently.
My name is Vulture.
Another said,
My name is Pigeon.
My name is Eagle.
My name is Flamingo.
My name is Ostrich.
After all the birds had stated their names, Ajapa stepped up and announced himself, saying,
My name is all of you.
The birds burst out laughing.
All of you? Oh, what a funny name.
Ajapa smiled and said nothing. He was busy hatching his master plan for the feast. Suddenly, the gates opened. And they walked onto the streets paved with gold. As they walked, they caught a whiff of the rich heavenly food which was laid out for them, and followed their noses in the direction of the aroma. In the twinkling of an eye, they found themselves in front of a giant table with every kind of food imaginable laid out on it. There was egusi, puff-puff, akara, jollof rice, dodo, moi moi elemi meje, and lots more.